Welcome to Your Health is Your Wealth. My name is Argo Duenas, and I'm your host for today. I'm also the owner of Back to Nature Health and Wellness Center, a local center located right here in the city of Annapolis. We have been serving the Baltimore, D.C., Virginia area for over 30 years. I have as my special guest today a man on a mission. He's been on a mission for over 30, maybe 40 years, really wanting to inspire people to take charge of our life and our health. His name is Michael Campbell. He's the owner of Healing on the Bay. He's an awesome licensed massage therapist. He is also a life and wellness coach and a nutritional consultant. He's here today to share his personal story, but also to continue to inspire us to take better care of our health and our life. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you.
And thank you for being my very special guest today.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
Before we talk about your wellness center, Healing on the Bay, and what you're doing presently, let us go back in time. Let's take a little walk back in time and tell us about Michael, your family, where you're from, some of your goals, dreams, and aspirations as a young adult. What's you?
Okay, so I grew up on Long Island. Well, born in Manhattan, raised on Long Island. Born to mother and father, Gwen Marable, and currently Gwen Marable. She was my parents got divorced at a very young age. However, that time of my life was really rich. I lived in Long Island at the end of a dead-end street where there was a bird sanctuary. So
Wow.
I would go into the woods and discover nature. My father, Dr. Emmett Campbell, was a ear surgeon. And so I think that between my mother being a lover of nature and my father being a doctor, I got inspired to be kind of scientifically oriented, but with a focus on nature. As I look back, I could see my childhood development in that regard. I have 3 sisters. I'm the oldest, so I'm the big brother. And just in terms of, I think, that beginning influenced the way that I saw life. I got, at a very early age, into becoming a vegetarian. I was 16 years old. I had a cousin who was a nutritionist and actually worked for Dick Gregory. And he influenced my life. I was a lifeguard on Long Island. I wanted to take the ocean test. And I said, what should I do to work out and get in shape? And he said, read this book by Dick Gregory.
What was the name of the book?
Dick Gregory's Diet for Folks Who Eat Cooking with Mother Nature.
Okay.
I think that's the name of it. So that book inspired me to get on the path. I gave up fish and I gave up beef and pork for the first 4 years, and then at the end of those 4 years, I transitioned to becoming vegan. Gave up fish and fowl.
Wow. Now, Michael, you and I had a conversation off camera about vegetarianism and veganism, and you're working with Dick Gregory. I believe that the universe brings people together at the right and perfect time for a divine purpose and a divine reason.
Yes.
And you're here sitting with us right now.
That's right.
You and I have almost had a similar path. Dick Gregory influenced my life tremendously. In fact, we have a Sun and Earth health food store here that's been here in Annapolis for over 40 years. They had Dick Gregory's books here.
Okay.
They juiced, raw carrots, any type of juicing that you want, it was right there. And that was like 40 years ago. Dick Gregory, believe it or not, used to come to Annapolis. He would speak at the local churches. And actually, I met him personally at St. John's College through Carl Snowden, who had set up a lecture. And that's how I met Muriel and Jertha. Love, because he brought them down, and then Jertha started to speak. And I said, wow, I want to meet those people. So you have also had connections with almost the same souls
Yeah.
that I have connected with. And I'm so happy
Yeah.
that the universe is bringing us together again, because
Yes.
we're together along with other souls on a mission to help people to take better care of themselves.
That's right.
Now, you have been a licensed massage therapist since 1980.
Yes.
I'm curious, what guided you into massage therapy?
Well, again, because of my holistic orientation to, or lifestyle, I should say, or to life in general, I was actually going to school at Howard University at the time, working on a health food truck.
Wow, yes.
Called the Body Ecology.
I remember that,
And,
yes.
and Art Henson was the owner of that one. You remember Art?
Yes.
And of course, he was connected to Jertha
Yes.
Love with the church. And,
Yes.
So I would be I was working on the truck, and students would come stressed out during, midterms and finals, and talk about how stressed out they were. And I knew a little bit of massage at that time, and I would sit them down in a chair, and I started doing massage, and people were like, "Wow, you're really good at this." And actually, I was studying radio, TV production right then,
Okay.
and film. So my mind just, a couple of people suggested to me, and one of those people was Crystal Chazelle, John Chazelle's daughter, that I should consider going to massage school. And after someone offered me $25 to give them a massage, I said, yeah, this might be a good idea. So then I could work for myself. I was interested in actually going into theater. And I said, well, instead of working waiting tables, maybe I should
Yes.
do massage
Absolutely.
instead. So that's originally what started me on that path. And then both of my cousins, David Jones and Jaharia Giri, were really good at massage, and they showed me some of their techniques. They worked at Hippocrates Health Institute back in the day. And so I think their background overflowed into my life, and that's
How you
the
got
short
started.
story of it.
Yeah, but you actually discovered that you had healing hands. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I knew that, and I'm just going to say this on TV that when I would massage girlfriends, and it was like magic.
Wow.
Took all the work away.
Wow, wow.
And but I literally, I could tell that I was actually doing some healing work, working on them. It wasn't just me, trying to seduce them. It was actual healing that was
Absolutely.
occurring, and they were very grateful back then.
Well, the healing arts is very ancient. Touch is very, I tell you, I have my own personal testimony about massage therapy. Throughout my life, I'm the oldest in my family. There are 8 of us. And because I'm more into health and holistic lifestyle and living, when anyone got sick in my family, they would call upon me. And of course, I'm going to step up to the plate, right? And be the big sister, be the one who helps to guide them. But it can be really challenging when you're expending a lot of energy like that, and especially if you're self-employed. When you're
Yes.
self-employed, as you know, it's more than a notion.
Right.
It's not a 9-to-5 job.
That's correct.
You have to
24/7.
come on now, tell the truth. Absolutely. So there were times when, oh my God, I got really stressed, anxious, felt burnt out, and God, the Spirit, the source, whatever you want to call our higher being, the inner being, led me into seeking massage therapy. And it has been my go-to. Whenever I needed to, release and let go stress or any even negative emotions that we're holding on to, massage therapy has been my blessing.
Yeah.
And it has helped me, tremendously in all of my life challenges. So I value a massage therapist who has been called and is on purpose,
Yes.
you know, and is being used to make a difference in people's lives. I honestly, it's helped to save me from myself sometimes. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the thank you for the work that you're doing. Now you talk about Hippocrates, very well known in the holistic community. Tell us about your experience with massage, the different types of training that you've had, and the different kinds of modalities of massage therapy that is, you know, that you're doing right now to help people.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So first, it is a calling. It is what I call for myself, and when I'm coaching other people, my cosmic assignment.
All right.
So,
I like that.
as you say, you know,
Yes.
I'm on purpose. And then the second thing I want to say before I launch into what it is that I do is that you need to get on my table. Since you love it so much.
Yes, forthcoming.
Yes. And then so I draw from 8 or 9 different modalities. The modality that is taught across the country and is recognized for licensure is Swedish massage. And that's the traditional long strokes to podiment. You see that in the athletic rooms, etc. And it's very relaxing, it's very soothing and calming to the nervous system. It's great for circulation and increasing your immune response or strengthening your immune system because you're moving blood you're moving lymphatic fluid. So those two are critical to cleansing and then, of course, building immune response. And so that's the basis. And then, you know, because I'm a former athlete, swimmer, soccer player, basketball, tennis, the whole nine, you know, I focused on athletes. And so I do have a specialization in sports massage from the Florida School of Massage in Gainesville, Florida. Worked under the tutelage of Benny Vaughn, who is an African-American athletic trainer, world-renowned. And got to work with some Olympian athletes at the University of Florida with the Gators, you know, some of the swimmers and the gymnasts there. And they wouldn't let us touch the football players, although those are their golden athletes. So, you know, we were students, so, you know, they didn't want any mistakes happening. So that was awesome. And, you know, in that school, you know, learned, so there are structurally based systems and there are energy-based systems. A lot of people have heard of Reiki. Reiki is the big energy-based system that most people know about today. The others are Shiatsu, which is an Asian based system. Comes out of the Oriental medicine model, which is similar to acupuncture. The acupuncture points are called Tsubo points, and you can use your thumb to stimulate those energy access points. So I decided, I made a choice when I was in massage school to not go the energy way because I wanted to be able to bridge the gap Western to Eastern or Western to natural. And so I figured I should learn more of a Western approach to structural body work. And in that, so I learned Swedish, sports massage, neuromuscular therapy, which deals with the neuromuscular junction, and connective tissue therapy, which is really my specialty. So my intention is to reduce chronic pain, chronic tension. And so in the connective tissue therapy, I call it structural connective tissue therapy because it comes out of the model of Rolfing. Ida Rolf was a forerunner in changing postural misalignments with her bare hands.
Yes, I'm familiar with Rolfing.
Yeah,
there was a great Rolfer. I didn't mean to interject, but there was a great Rolfer here in Annapolis. I'm not sure whether he's still here. 20 years ago, I used to go to him. So yes, you've had quite an extensive background. talk about the connective tissue, because next door to me is an osteopathic doctor, Dr. Cousin. He's been an osteopathic doctor, I've known him for over 30 years.
Yes.
So it'd be a good connection.
Yes.
And so he does something similar. When you talk about connective tissue and helping to relieve pain, there are many people out in the public that are always complaining about arthritic pain or pain from injuries, accidents. How can this particular massage help them with relieving?
Well, so he's probably working more with bones, joints, etc.
He says connective tissue, though.
Yes. So he's, but I
it's
don't know what he does actually, his application. However, the two, chiropractic, osteopathic.
Right.
Yes. So both of all of them kind of are a great marriage because muscles attach to bones.
Right.
So the connective tissue is this putty-like substance that surrounds every muscle fiber, every muscle, and every muscle group. And when I say putty-like, it means that you can actually melt and kind of reshape the connective tissue in the body. So what the intention is with structural connective tissue therapy is lengthening and spreading that connective tissue so that the muscle can actually relax and let go. So over time, if you're doing any kind of repetitive activity, the muscle will begin to shorten, and then it stays this way because the connective tissue that surrounds the muscles adheres to that tension pattern that has been created from chronic and perpetual activity.
Right.
And so what I do is I go in and smooth out, lengthen, spread, and then differentiate within the muscle group. So you have quadriceps. So in between each quadricep, I am differentiating those muscles within that group so that they can function more freely.
Okay.
And so in neuromuscular therapy, there's a tension pattern that's created in the muscle, and what they call the neural spindle fiber that is in the middle of the muscle, in the belly of the muscle, sets the tension pattern for the length or the contraction of the muscle. I can stick my thumb in there and hit a trigger point or any kind of what most people call knots, and get that muscle to let go. Now, if the connective tissue that surrounds it isn't worked with, then the muscle has no place to let go.
Wow. Well, that sounds amazing, because many of us, including myself, I get sometimes these from sitting and doing the colonics, as you know.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm using the same muscle groups over and over and over again, using the machine and using the speculum.
That's right.
And I'm finding myself getting really tight across the shoulders, and it's almost like a knot. So I said, oh my God, I need to go and get a good massage.
Yes.
And it does tremendously help me a lot.
Yeah.
So talk about some other benefits of massage therapy. And I do know, I used to go to Baltimore School of Massage. I did for a while. And I did massage for a little bit, but
So you went as a student?
I took training,
Okay,
but it truly wasn't my calling.
Okay.
I did it, as a, being leaving the government and wanting to find a way to help people and also support myself, right? But I took this class on psycho-emotional release, and I do know that massage therapy can put you into a deeper state of relaxation so that your body can heal at a much deeper level. But also what I experienced was, because we know in the cells of the body, we have repressed trauma and dramas from the past.
Yes.
And I took a class, and it was very healing for me, because a lot of my stuff came up as well as other people's issue, and we were able to, emote, release, and let go things that we didn't even know we were holding on to.
That's correct.
And I found that to be very therapeutic and very freeing.
Yes.
So I know massage, the touch, can be of great benefit.
Yes.
Can you expand a little bit more on massage and then sort of segue into your life and wellness coaching as well as nutrition? Because, they say 1 out of 5 young people now are developing diabetes. Young people are not living as long. I do know that for a fact. I have young people who are coming into my office with age-related, conditions, complications, and many of them, are leaving the planet, and it's very unnatural for a parent to bury a child. Can you talk about that?
Okay, so I'm going to answer your question holistically.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that is what I do in my massage practice. I actually I do coaching within the massage session because the mind, the heart are connected to the body. So there is a thought that you have may create fear or anxiety, which gets communicated through the nervous system to the musculoskeletal system, which causes chronic contraction patterns. So, if you're worried about bills, shoulders go up. If you're having anxiety about, having a conversation with your boss, the stomach, starts to get butterflies in the stomach or possibly ulcers. There are all kinds of emotional or mental connections to the contraction patterns in your body through the nervous system. So when people come to me, we go through it, have them fill out my client history form, but we have a discussion about what else is going on. Who's a pain in your neck? Who's a pain in your butt? And
love it.
And so or what,
Yes.
And so you can't just work on the body and expect long-term results, sustainable results. You've got to also take a look at what is plaguing you mentally and emotionally and be able to, discuss it. I call it, kind of throwing up, all the stuff that's in the space or in your body or in your heart or in your mind. And so if people are able and willing to do that, you have a deeper healing experience and a much more long-lasting experience. And then to put the icing on the cake, I ask people how they eat, what their diet is like. And depending on what they answer on their form, we have a discussion about, and eating better and incrementally, taking baby steps instead of having this, wanting to jump into becoming a vegetarian or eating a more plant-based diet. Why don't we just drink more water? Let's start there. Instead of 2 glasses a day, let's have 5 glasses or 6 glasses and move up to 8. And then, kind of dial back on the animal consumption. My path was pork and beef to get rid of those 2 first, and then fish and fowl in terms of transitioning into a plant-based diet. Not everybody wants to or has that desire to do that. So, but anything along the way, like to flip, now they have, the pyramid, the food pyramid.
Yes, the chart.
The chart has flipped,
Yes.
where it's more now the majority of a plate should be filled with grains and vegetables and a smaller portion of meat and or animal product. So Western medicine is catching up to Eastern culture and medicine. So that's kind of the orientation that I offer to my new clients.
Well, I certainly can appreciate, because I've gone to massage therapists, right? Mm-hmm. But over the years, and many of them are really not into the mind body. They're just doing a service, a massage. So for someone to come and get a good massage and get results and then really talk about the mind-body-spirit connection, that adds a lot of value, to the service. And I certainly can appreciate that. Now, you also are an avid sailor, and for 54 years.
Yeah.
And you actually have a program, a holistic program on the water. Please share, because we don't have too much time, but I want to hear about this.
I'll give you a piece.
I want to hear about this.
So first of all, I just want to say, you mentioned earlier that I have a wellness center. Do not have that. I have an office, a couple of places that I work out of in Baltimore, and I travel to people's homes.
Okay.
So that's how I cover those bases.
Okay.
I just got the idea a while back to to start my company, which is Healing on the Bay. Healing is a play on words because I'm a sailor.
Right.
When the wind gets in the sails, it forces the boat to kind of heel. So you see
okay.
the heel of the boat, the bottom of the boat, but that is spelled Heeling.
Right.
What I'm doing is Healing.
Right. I like that.
So, so what I've done is I've combined all of the loves that I have into one, and offer people to come out sailing and have a wellness experience on the water. So basically, we can do meditation, mindfulness, minimally mindfulness, and then meditation at anchor. I'm also a pretty serious vegetarian chef, so I can provide plant-based food and natural food, as well as doing group facilitation with families, businesses, any kind of groups that want to come out and improve the group dynamic. So I can facilitate that as well.
Okay. And so where are you located in terms of?
Well, I'm located currently. My boat and I are in Baltimore.
Okay.
And guess what my boat name is?
What is your boat name?
Spirit.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Argo.
Yeah, that would be it.
Oh, wonderful. I
Yeah.
really like that.
Yeah.
I really like that. And I so appreciate you. Now, you want to leave a legacy. Tell us what you want to leave as a legacy and why.
Well, I mean, all of what I do.
Yes.
So recently, I have become a massage instructor. So I am able to provide CEs for other massage therapists to get their
awesome.
license.
Awesome.
That's one thing. And so the technique that I have developed is what I really want to hand off to other massage therapists. I am constantly told that I've got that my technique is very impactful, and so as a result, people say that I've never had a massage like this before.
Wow.
So there's that. I just became an instructor, a sailing instructor with the American Sailing Association.
Well, congratulations,
Thank you.
Michael. Well, God
So-
bless you.
Thank you.
And I hope you come back again.
I will.
Yes.
Invite me back.
I will.
All right. See you on my table.
Yes, soon, maybe today.
All right.
Well, thank you for watching Your Health is Your Wealth. Remember, in this very present moment, we do have the power to take charge of our life and our health. And have an amazing day.